guys, James here. I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to do some reviews. I haven't been doing very many of those lately, and I really don't see very many people doing a whole lot of reviews anymore. I see a lot of haul videos. James Donnelly was talking about that, and he stopped doing his reviews. If you've ever seen his stuff, it's some of the most in-depth reviews you'll probably ever see on the internet, and they're really good. So I can't fill that spot, but I would like to start doing some reviews again, and I used to do a lot of them. So these are all independent titles, Dark Horse, Image, stuff like that. So we started out with Dream Thief. This is 1 of 5. This, to me, I didn't really care for it. I'll probably end up picking up the rest of them just to see where this goes. Basically, it's about this guy who's kind of a deadbeat, real life type guy. Him and his buddy go out drinking all the time. He ends up cheating on his girlfriend while out drinking with his buddy. Well, on this particular night, when he ends up cheating on his girlfriend, he finds this mask in a museum, and him and his buddy decide to steal it. And when he wakes up, he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what happened, but all of a sudden he starts having like these flashback type of memories. And he realizes that he has killed his girlfriend. And he starts realizing why he did it is because it seems like she had killed someone who had, she thought, had broken and robbed her. And that dead person had basically taken him over in his dreams. So this ends with him waking up in a room with a bunch of dead gay porn stars who he's pretty sure he murdered. So I kind of want to see where it goes. It seems like there's just a lot of cliche stuff in this. There's a lot of shock value stuff. I don't know how much real substance there is. But I'm going to check it out. I'll keep that going for the 5-issue run, see how it goes. Suicide Risk. This is issue 1. This came out a couple of weeks ago. I didn't pick it up. Then I realized that Mike Carey wrote it, who is the writer for Unwritten, which is one of my favorite titles put out by Vertigo. This is about a world where superpowered people are mostly becoming villains, and the cops and everybody else are trying to defeat him. The superheroes who try to defeat him, they pretty much all get killed. So basically, fighting any of these supers is a suicide risk, hence the title. This is issue 1. This seems pretty interesting to me. This guy ends up finding out where these supers are getting their powers. He's a cop who's been fighting against the supervillains, and so he goes and gets some powers of his own, and that's kind of where the first issue drops you off. There's a lot of unanswered questions, but Mike Carey's writing is so developing. I mean, he really draws me into his story. He makes me care about the characters. I already care about the main character in this cop, because you see parts of his life. You see how much he cares about the people around him, the cops that he works with, the city that he's in, and so that makes you care about the character, which to me, puts me more involved in the story. So, it's issue 1 of Suicide Risk. Helheim, number 3. I love the art in this. This is Joelle Jones, and let's see if I can find something good here to show you a good picture of it. I don't know how well this will show up on the camera, but it's gorgeous art. It's kind of hard to see from the glare. It's kind of this Viking type world, except you have characters. The characters in the book are some of them are undead. Like the main character is sort of a undead golem who's put together from parts of warriors that he's killed, in this issue you find out kind of why he is, what has created him, what the battles being fought are over, and it was rather interesting. The last issue kind of, it's basically just a battle. The whole thing was a battle, and it wasn't as interesting, but it's really cool. The art really brings me into it. It is only in issue 3, so if you haven't picked this up, it's probably something that you should check out. I know issue 1 is already going for like $10, $12, but you can still pick that up a few places, and I'm sure there's a second print of it. If not, wait for the trade on that, but the art in it alone is worth picking this book up. If you like that medieval sword and sorcery type of setting with a dark, gritty feel to it, I mean, this is definitely a book for you. So check that out. Conan the Barbarian, issue 16. This is something I'm a big fan of. It's Brian Wood writing it. The artists have changed numerous times. Becky Clean was the first artist on this title, and still my favorite artist on it. This is part 1 of The Nightmare of the Shallows, and this whole issue is basically Conan and Bayet are tripping acid or some sort of drug similar to that, and it's all these flashback type scenes, and wow, it's kind of hard to explain. It's basically a big acid trip comic. It's pretty cool. This portrayal of Conan that Brian Wood does is a much younger Conan. He's not as sure of himself, yet he still is a badass, but he has he's more human. He has more emotions to me. He has more of a personality, I guess, whereas your most portrayals of Conan is just him killing, him being angry, him powering through everything. This is kind of more of like why he is angry, why he's trying to power through this, what drives him, and it makes for a much more interesting Conan. If you are again into swords and sorcery, this is a very good title. It's issue 16. I'm pretty sure you can pick up the trades on that. That's Dark Horse. This was probably one of my favorite books of the week. It's Dream Merchant, issue 1. It is a double size issue 1. It's by Image. The art in this is a little bit different. It's very very simplistic in a lot of ways, but to me it's very gorgeous. It is about this guy who is in a mental hospital, and he can never tell if he's awake or asleep. He has problems discerning which one is the reality, his dream or his wakeful life. And a doctor tries to put him under to see kind of more of what he's dreaming, and something sees him in the dream. And because of that, it starts coming into his reality, and it's chasing him, and he and a girl who works at the mental hospital basically escape. They're being chased by these creatures. And near the end of this title, you have a strange man come out and basically save them. And very interesting. I love a lot of these issue 1s. A lot of these issue 1s really hooked me. This Dream Merchant hooked me in a good way. Dream Thief, on the other hand, I'll read it because it's only 5 issues, but it really didn't do much for me to start with. And Suicide Risk I'll stick with as an issue 1 just because I really like Mike Carey's writing, and I'm sure whatever direction he goes with this is going to be good. Last thing I want to talk about was Peter Panzerfaust. This is the first trade, first 5 issues. Captain Cummings was talking about it. He just did a first impressions video of this on Sunday. This is really good. I don't know if it's as good as what people are asking for issues on eBay. I think it's like $150, $200 for an issue 1 on eBay, which is ridiculous. But it's a fantastic book. It's evidently BBC has optioned it, and they're going to make a TV show out of it. It is about these kids that were in an orphanage that was blown up during World War II, and their escape and their adventures along the way with a guy named Peter. And it's a Peter Pan story about, in a lot of ways, about being a kid, and maybe in some ways about growing up. It really sort of captures some of it. When you read it, you really get that feeling of being a child, which is really cool. Just like some of those things, like the first time you see things, or the excitement you feel for an adventure when you're a kid, how cool it was to go do something new. Or at least that's what I got from it. And the story is fantastic. I've heard that actually volume 2 of this, the second trade, which just came out last week or week before, is even better. So I'm probably going to pick that up here in the next week or two. Check that out. But I really don't want to do a full review of this. I think Phil did a real good review of it. So check out the Captain Cummings channel and check out his review on this. I really highly suggest this trade. So hopefully you enjoyed this and we talk about some comic books for a little bit. I'll try to get together some reviews every week. I'll probably do a lot of the independent titles because I think that the DC and the Marvel books, they get talked about a lot. My fellow Scott Stravis, he does some great what they call the Monster Comic reviews. He did some great reviews on the DC books, and that's basically, other than the independent titles, what I get. I really don't get any Marvel. So I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, like, dislike, leave some comments, and have fun reading some comics. Thanks, guys.